If you want to stay up to date with all current hip hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to become part of this community. Man, who thought that I would be sitting here making this video? Because just about a year ago, we were all getting ready for the release of No Pressure. I made so many videos leading up to it, Logic's last album before he retired. But we actually just got an announcement for a new album and for new music and for his comeback, his unretirement. So yeah, let's go straight into it and talk about it. So what happened is on Thursday, Logic took to social media to kind of release a press statement the same way that the Migos have done it for the announcement of Culture 3. In the statement, it says, for immediate release, contact Paul Rothenberg, Washington, D.C., June 16th, 2021. The following statement was released today by Logic through his attorney, Paul Rothenberg, and partner of Rothenberg, Moore, and Binder, LLP, located in NYC, in response to questions about his future career plans. And then the statement was, I'm back. Now, it's all kind of made in this really funny, half-serious way with the RATT logo at the top for real all the time. You might know this from the Rat Pack, which Logic used to use a lot back in the day during his mixtape days to kind of address his fans. And from this, we got that he's back releasing music, apparently. This came out of nowhere. A lot of people were talking about this. When I saw this, I was in disbelief because truly, I really thought he was retired. I know I said a couple of things that claimed the opposite. I said that he's going to come back, but I always thought, especially now after he's kind of teased that new music with alter egos or maybe under his real name, which he posted on YouTube a couple of things. So it was never really in my head that he would actually come back as Logic. This, of course, makes you question kind of the authenticity of, what he said back then with being retired and being a dad now, because to some people it was clear all the time that he was going to come back, but to me, I don't know. I never really settled for one side. And today is Friday, so we got this new track. This new track is called Intro and is only about 1:40 in length, but this is beautiful. This is exactly what I think Logic fans like him for. I would say that this is kind of what we all wished for No Pressure, even though that album was great, no doubt. But this reminds me of the intro to Under Pressure, for example. He talks a lot about his past, about not being able to pay bills, and the struggles he went through coming up. He also mentions that he wrote that rhyme at 19, and now at 31, he's going back through old rhyme books and being inspired by that. So maybe he kind of, as he was going through old stuff, felt reignited, and felt re-inspired to really push this thing to the limit. Maybe J. Cole inspired him, with his whole thing, pushing it one last time before you actually retire. I'm not sure, but this track is beautiful. As I said, it's called Intro, so it implies that there is more coming. Usually when there's an intro, there's some stuff coming after it, of course. It also only uses that press statement as the cover for it, so there's gonna come something in the future. We're gonna get an announcement for an album. He's also about to release his memoirs later on this year in September, so he's busy, making a lot of stuff. Now, one thing that is very important to mention is that a lot of people were excited for Magic, that Logic and Madlib collab, that they've also been releasing a couple of tracks on YouTube for. And Logic said that the only person that could make him come out of retirement was Madlib, and that is exactly what happened. But we thought we were going to get this record, but this new track is produced by Six, Logic's in-house producer that has worked with him his whole career over the past decade. So this is not Magic. That was like my first kind of thought that popped into my head when I saw this. I was like, okay, so he's releasing Magic because he said that that's the last thing that he wanted to do and then he's out. But that's not the case here. This thing is not produced by Madlib. This is Six. This is like some raw Rat Pack Logic stuff. I don't know if I would have felt different about this if this was kind of the announcement for Magic, because we know that that's something that he wanted to do, but we really didn't know that he was going to come back with a self-produced or in-house produced record record, or just a record that is not a collaboration between him and a producer. We know that he's been working. He's worked on the the Dr. Destruction tape that he released back in March or February or whenever that was. We know that he's writing. He's working on movies, on books and all that. So Logic's not someone who's just laying back and enjoying his dormant life. But for him to come back with under his real name with new music, that's something very big and very special. As I said, we're probably going to get an announcement for a new album sometime in the next couple of weeks. I think that he'll drop it around the same time as No Pressure last year. I think he'll kind of make a joke out of it, like, oh, I'm retired for a year, but guess what? I'm back now. I'm not sure how long this kind of path will be. He could just retire at any other, given moment again. But at that point, I think if he says that he'll retire again, nobody will take it that serious anymore. I'm not sure if this is the right move, if it's really the best, career move for him to kind of, after not even a year after announcing his retirement, to come back. A lot of fans will probably lose kind of the trust or confidence in him, and his, it kind of seems ingenuine. But of course, I'm happy that we're getting new music. Of course, I'm happy that maybe he felt re-inspired. Maybe, going back, as I said, through his old rhyme books made him realize that he wanted to be the best. So maybe he feels like he's not the best yet, and that's why he wants to push for that. I'm not sure what his motive behind doing this was. All I know is I'm excited for some new Logic. He ends that track with the lines, "I'm unretired, I'm back, and that's a fact." So maybe this hints at him doing some more stuff in the future again. So I'm not really sure what this 1 year period really was for him. Of course, I know he wanted to take some time as a father and for his family, to be there for his son, which I respect. But, I really don't think that anybody would have complained if he would have just stayed silent for a year or two and then came back with new music. I don't think it's all that, necessary to announce your retirement, because I don't think Logic is dumb. I think he's a very smart guy, and I don't think that was just something he made out of emotion or something. I think he planned that whole thing through. We know that he's very careful about, having his legacy planned out before it actually becomes reality. So I'm really confused right now as to what this coming back, this unretirement thing really is. We're not really sure what this new album is going to be, but the fact that there's an intro, there is going to be a new album. And I'm just waiting for the announcement. I'm waiting for some more tracks. Maybe the whole thing will be produced by Six again, or at least some other producers. It's not Magic, which a lot of people thought, which I think is a very important information. Like, that is huge. That completely gives it a different angle to it. Yeah. So that's kind of what I think about this. I'm excited for some new Logic, but at the same time, I feel kind of weird as to why we thought that he was retired if he knew that he was just going to come back again. That's kind of the confusion that I have right now. But anyway, I'm excited. Now I want to know what you think about this. Did you like this new track? I personally loved it. I think there's some classic Logic stuff. Do you think we're getting a new album? When do you think we're getting it? What do you think happened to Magic? All the answers, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.